Your attitude makes the world of difference in your workplace, on your team. Hey there, this is Deborah from #DebTalk. It's an informal mentoring space that provides guidance, thoughts, advice to help you navigate the workplace. The other day I was actually in the post office. Don't you judge me. Yeah, I hear you saying, do people still go to the post office? Do they even mail things? Yes, they do. Back to my story. So the other day I was in the post office that's close by me, and I don't know, I just started looking around and observing. And I noticed the different postal workers, and I was overhearing some of the conversations being exchanged between the postal workers as well as the folks who were customers. And it was really pleasant, very just amicable. And then I started just being very, very present and just taking in the atmosphere in the place. And when I say atmosphere, I mean places have what I call a vibe. You know, have you ever stepped into someone's home and you felt a lot of tension and stress? Places have a kind of vibe. It seemed very light and pleasant. So I wanted to test my little theory that this was a pleasant place and a good place to work. So when it was my time to go up to the counter, I struck up a conversation with the person that was behind the counter. And I said, you know, this seems like a really cool place to work. Well, I tell you, that opened up a reservoir, because this man just started talking about how much he enjoyed working here and that everybody was so nice. He shared with me that he used to work in another post office and it was miserable. His coworkers were just not nice people. Many of them, it seemed, wore their problems to work because it showed on their face and how they would meet people, how they would greet people, if they greeted them at all. You would have customers and they would come and they wouldn't be sure of how to do something. And the person behind the counter would be like, well, you don't know what you're doing. Step to the side. And he's like, of course they don't know what they're doing. It's your job to teach them, to show them what to do. He had other co-workers that just wouldn't respect their peers and would leave and go to lunch for 2 hours, and then he would basically be stuck there by himself at times, taking care of the long line of people. Some of them kind of ticked because they're having to be in line for so long, and he would have to do it by himself. Your attitude and my attitude at work has an impact on the team that I work with, as well as the department. There is an atmosphere that a team or that a department creates. And every single person, including you, including me, we have an impact on the environment that is produced. Whether or not I'm pleasant when I come to work, whether or not you're pleasant when you come to work, has an impact on the team. Are you the kind of person where, you know, you pitch in to help? Or are you the kind of person that you leave and you don't come back for a long time and you leave all the stuff on one particular coworker? Here's really my point. You play a vital role in the experience of work. And you do that because your attitude impacts your team and it impacts your department. Make sure that you are doing your very best to be a good colleague, a good neighbor, just a good energy contributor when you are at work. I definitely saw the difference that this made in this post office. I could feel it in the actual environment. And I confirmed it when I spoke to this man, and he was just authentically pouring out his heart that he so enjoys being where he is right now. And that's because of his colleagues. Just own your role as being an energy carrier. Just like at home, you can impact the environment in your home, in your house, the same thing happens. out. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you. If you liked it, please take a moment and hit that like button. If you found value in it, please share it with somebody. You know somebody who needs to hear this. And the more, of course, all of those things are done, the more this type of content pops up in the feed of people who need to hear it. So would you do that? And if you're new to my channel, please take a moment and subscribe. I appreciate you. Please have a fantastic work week.